I'd witnessed my son committing an immoral act against his own mother. At that moment, my son was not himself, and like a beast, he saw every living being in wild hostility. Okay, we're gonna continue All of Us Are Dead. This is the Korean zombie visual novel game. There you go, the controller. I just wanted to point out that the menus changed to this more macabre aesthetic. I have to go quickly. It's Teach Kwon, but even he'll get suspicious soon enough. Huh? Yes, it's Harry. Nice, looks like I'm not the only late student. Every now and then I see late students taking their time coming to school. Sometimes I'm envious of their audacity. Harry Jang, heading to school? Yeah. Hey, did you see it too? Apparently there was an accident down there. Nope. On the road that goes to the city, an ambulance crashed there and went bang, it's chaos over there. I thought it was World War III. Really? You heard nothing? Well, oh come on. Put some heart into your reply, won't you? Honestly. An ambulance crashed? That's rare. Surely it can't be. So is this like day 2? Just then, Miss Park was walking up the stairs, her mind deep in thought. The incident must have taken a big toll on her. Miss Park, oh, hello, Onjo. Thank you for your help. No, you did most of it. In Miss Park's hand was an old black notebook. Is she still looking for her cell phone? Ah, Miss Park, your cell phone, it's in... What's that sound? Did you hear that? Yes, it sounds like students. The sound was coming from upstairs, but classes should still be running. Run! He's coming this way, run! I thought perhaps some students went too far and it devolved into a fight. But their faces were telling me that this was something more serious than a mere fight. Hey, move! Move out of the way! Jung-san? Oh, the artwork is so nice. Blood was on the walls and the floor. The hallway was in chaos. Some students were on the floor, others running away. What was the most striking was, it was the same stink, but mixed with blood. This feeling, it felt familiar. It was the same feeling I had when Hyunju died, the bed with blood. A shiver went down my spine. Dae-soo, you bastard, stop it! Get a hold of yourself! Ugh. I'm not gonna do zombie sounds. Come on, didn't that hurt or something? Stop, run! Blood was all over Dae-soo's lips, and his eyes were bloodshot. As soon as I saw his eyes, I fell into a panic. Like a deer paralyzed by the ferocious leer of a beast, my body was locked stiff and I couldn't move a muscle. Joe, what are you doing? Run! Get down! This is it, run, I said, run! Miss Park was in shock, she couldn't move. Quickly, I grabbed Miss Park's hand. I need to know what's going on. I need to get out of here now. Yeah, leave first. Converse second. With that second thought, I ran down the stairs. Once we were at the school building, I was so out of breath, pain shot up through my legs to my throat. Onjo. Yes, miss? Just now. Oh, sorry. The students, they were fighting, weren't they? I just mindlessly followed you out, but exactly what happened? No, miss, that wasn't just a fight. No, this won't do. What are you going to do? I have to go up and find out. No, didn't you see the blood in the hallway and the windows? Chung-sang and Jung-young would never get into a fight that involves blood. That's all the more reason to find out what happened. Did you see Dae-soo's eyes? He was... Couldn't tell her, he looked like he had ripped someone's flesh off with his teeth. What was that Wilhelm scream? Damn. Oh, that's the teacher. Yeesh. What did you... When Miss Park and I reached the flower bed, many students were crowded around someone who had fallen down. The ground was covered in blood, and someone was on the ground, his body horribly mangled. He looked like Mr. Kwan. Students around him were talking amongst themselves. Is he alive? Do something. Me? What do you want me to do? Ugh. Who's got a cell phone? Call 911. Ugh. He's getting up. Didn't you just fall down? How? Wait, something's not right with Teach. Ugh. I don't want to... I like to imagine he like bit him and he just burst like a blood vessel or something. Just poof. Mr. Kwan rose up and started biting and ripping flesh off the students crowded around him. Like a starving, merciless beast. This monster like Mr. Kwan was so much like Dae-soo earlier. Bloody face, blood-bursting eyes, a strange growl, and a weird smell. The way he ripped flesh with his sharp teeth, he was the spitting image of Dae-soo. Mr. Kwan, what a... Onjo! Watch out! In front! Hugh Zhong! Miss, run! What? Hurry, hurry! I really like the artwork. I ran. I didn't know where I was running to. I just ran in hopes of finding a safe place. Get away from me. Damn. Hi, Harpy. I've never watched the show, to be honest. But wherever I went, I found monsters and dead students. They were everywhere. Is nowhere safe? Onjo, this way. Here, look safe. Yes, thank goodness. Something's wrong with Mr. Kwan. Hae-jong, right? Yes, and Dae-soo. I think the entire school is in chaos. Oh, what just happened? Sorry, I have to hydrate. My heart stopped at the tiniest sound. Miss Park, Onjo. Hey, you nearly scared me to death. Come this way, quick. I have a quick question about this show. Are the zombies in the show like traditional slow zombies, or are they like the more modernized mutant zombies, you know, the fast ones? Jung Young was calling us from behind, a wall of recycling bins. He had moved them to form a barricade of some sort. Take a breather here, don't mind the smell. You should be safe for now, but we might have to find a new place soon. Blood on your clothes. Ah, this isn't mine. It was when I was blocking the back door with the other students, and then... I only asked because I was concerned he was hurt, but... Jung Young was clearly distressed about the matter. No, I was fighting to save. Jung Young couldn't finish the sentence. I think it was because he didn't want to remind himself of what happened afterwards. Exactly what had happened. Jung Young, what's going on here? Where do I start? Just give me a moment to think. Just then I felt like I was missing something. My hand, it was too light. Ah, Isaac's penicillin. Did I drop it somewhere? Where, Isaac? She told me she had a headache. There was no way she could have run from this mess. Oh no. Isaac? Yes, Isaac. It all started with Isaac. What? I mean... She was like patient zero, right? Yeah. What's wrong? Isaac is bleeding. What the blood? Plaster up tissues. No, wait, call the nurse. Oh, no, she's out at the moment. Whatever. Who's got a cell phone? Call 911. Whoa, what the? Are you okay? Does she look okay? What? Do you know what, right? Hi, Binary. Hi, Ifrail. Thank you very much for resubscribing. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm not saying if there was a real zombie outbreak, we would be fine. I'm not saying that. But I feel like if there was a real zombie outbreak, we would spot it. Like, zombies... I'm not saying they're mainstream, but, like, they're so commonplace in, you know, in, like, our... that as soon as we saw somebody, like, stumbling around covered in blood, we'd be like, yo, that's a zombie. Do you know what I mean? How's it going, Binary? And thank you, Ifrail. Thank you. It happened so fast. I didn't know what's real anymore. Isaac, bit teach? Then what about Daesu? What happened to Mr. Kwon? It was when Daesu got a hold of Isaac. Ah, Isaac, what are you doing? Stop. Is Teach dead? Isaac, are you out of your mind? What have you done? Like, they're reacting as though she's still, like, a normal human being. But, like, if it were real life, we'd be like, yo, this bitch is a fucking goner. Yeah. Guys, help me. Isaac is way too strong. We need to hold her down. Everyone grab her arms and legs. Got it. Isaac, calm down. Was she always this strong? Okay, I like that they've done the strength thing. Like, that's a very zombie thing, and I feel like it gets overlooked a fair bit, you know. Zombies being, like, really resilient and, like, kind of strong. When something actually is a zombie shows up, people are like, what is that? Yeah. If there was a zombie outbreak, I'd definitely be a person that hides their bite from the group and ruins everything. Oh, you flirt. Wake up, please wake up. Damn it, we need to call 911, but no one has their phone on them. Oi, Chan in, behind you. Huh? Ugh. I don't want to do the screams, it's too embarrassing. Once Teach turned as well, everyone ran out the door in fear. Then some of us were blocking the door so they couldn't come out, but... Daesu, that kind fool, he was so strong. We couldn't stop him. So that's why you were fighting with Daesu? If that's true, then if you get bitten by those who turned, you'll turn too. Yes, I'm certain of it. First it was Isaac, then Teach, then Chan-in. Then more and more people got bitten, and if only we realized it sooner, we could have ended it with Isaac and Teach. That's not your fault. Don't blame yourself for it. Didn't Isaac say she was bitten as well? In the infirmary. Hyunju bit Isaac on the arm, and then Isaac started to get a headache. Then it's not Isaac, but Hyunju who started it. Then Hyunju is... Did anyone manage to call 911? Yes, Namra did not long ago. If you need a cell phone, I have one here. I was busy looking for the principal. I didn't get to hand mine in. Thank goodness. You wouldn't happen to know the nurse's phone number, would you? No. I'll call the police and see what happened to Hyunju first. Miss Park turned away from us and started a phone call. I had no idea what happened, but chaos was everywhere. When my mind went back to Isaac, my heart sank. I just didn't want to think. I wanted my head to be clear. But to get out of the situation, I had to say something. Thank you, but before. What? You took out Daesu on the stairs. We were able to get away thanks to you. No, that was just pure instinct. My body moved on its own. Did Chung-san make it, I wonder? Miss Park had finished the call and turned back to us. Face darkened, her sigh was filled with dread. What did they say? We have to hold out until help comes. They said there have been calls from other incidents and so they lack manpower. In any case, it doesn't look good. Other incidents? Would the ambulance crash be one of them? You bet your ass. Damn it, did they find us? What, did something fall or someone? Carefully, I looked over to see what had fallen. It was a third grade student whose neck was gruesomely broken. I couldn't bear to look. Next to him was... Isaac. Miss Park, Onjo, go run. I'll hold her off. What about you? Stop it, just stop it. This hurts, right? So stop. Jung-young swung a pole at Isaac, who was running toward him. Isaac's skin began to peel off. Her entire body was covered in blood. Don't hit her. She's Isaac. She's our friend. The words reached my throat, but I couldn't let them out. Jung-young didn't look like he looked like he fighting her. No, he was closer to begging. He was asking her to stay down, to go away. That's why I couldn't say anything. Jung-young, this way, quick. Hell yeah, kid. Damn it, I can't pull it out. Whatever. I like this guy. Jung-young kicked Isaac and set some distance between them. But Isaac got up right away and started dashing, chasing after Jung-young. Hurry. Here, close it. Isaac threw herself against the door. Her entire body, her legs, arms, and even her head were ramming against it. She was doing whatever she could to break it down. It was terrifying. I was afraid that the door might break. Thankfully, the door withstood Isaac's assault. As I began to calm down, I could start to make out Isaac's horrible figure. The pole stuck in Isaac's shoulder was moving around. The more she moved, the deeper and worse the wound got. It dug in until it uncovered Isaac's bones. Isaac shrieked as she moved toward us. To me, she looked like she was in pain. I couldn't turn my eyes away. Why did you hit her? Look, Isaac's in pain. It must have hurt a lot just to turn into that. Look carefully, that isn't Isaac. Jung-young's eyes were filled with tears. Shit, if only I didn't hesitate. I didn't think of them as Isaac, as Daesu, and as Teach. If only I had convinced myself they'd come back to their senses, I wouldn't have come to this. Soon, Isaac was defeated by the metal door and headed elsewhere. But it wasn't that she gave up, it was because she heard other students that way. New screams and sounds of students running could be heard. If we want to protect those who are still left, we can't think of these monsters as our friends anymore. Jung-young's tears were full of emotions. Jung-young had gone through more than me. He must have witnessed more of his friends' deaths. And now he was ridden with guilt. No matter what, I shouldn't hate him for what he had done. He's right. The most important thing now is to make cold, calculated decisions. Miss Park, who had been lost in thought, bit her bottom lip as though she had come to the decision. Let's go up. There must be many students who aren't aware of what's happening. Because they see their friends and their teachers, they don't realize they're in danger. That might result in more and more of them being killed. So we should make an announcement. Yes, if the situation has come to this, then technically someone should have already made an announcement. But the fact there hasn't been one probably means no one was able to. Or something happened in the broadcasting room, right? So we need to go to the broadcasting room as soon as possible. We need to know what happened. Despite the urgency, Miss Park slowly grabbed my hand and put some distance between us and Jung-young. The blood on Jung-young's clothes. We couldn't let our guard down no matter how slight. I think here is fine. I'll look around more. Take your time. Jung-young seems to have read our minds. He went ahead, scouting the path to the broadcasting room. And naturally, it kept some space between him and us. I knew it. It's locked. Wait. Jung-young put an ear to the door and listened for any movements. I can't hear anything. Is it usually locked during class? I'm not sure. I think there will be movements when someone had to make emergency announcements. But the school does have a lot of expensive equipment. The key to the broadcasting room should be in the teacher's office. Going down again might be too dangerous at the moment. Wouldn't it be easier to just leave the school grounds? Wait, shh. Someone was being chased and was screaming. Their steps were getting closer and closer. Shit. If they come here, we won't be able to hide. We put our backs on the wall and held our breaths. We were praying that sound would go down the other hallway. But the sound turned a corner and was heading to the broadcasting room right to us. Oi, stop following me. Split up. Mr. Ann, take us with you. Mr. Ann, save us. Go away. Save yourselves. Mr. Ann. Damn. Chat, I have a question. Let's assume you're in a zombie outbreak situation and one of your, like, loved ones has turned into a zombie. Do you think you could, like, take them out? Or would you not be able to? I think I could take them out, but I would still feel, like, the emotional, like, psychic damage. You know what I mean? I would feel it after the fact, but I think I could take them out. I don't know if that's something to be proud of, but yeah. In an empty classroom, we held our breath and waited. Please go away. Please leave us alone. It may sound cruel, but as soon as I heard someone trip and fall, the first thought that came to mind was, please don't come in here. Help me! Sound of her banging on the door as though her life depended on it, then the sound of a monster ripping her flesh. Jung-young, Miss Park, they all looked like they were in pain. Open the door and save her. Oh, cold and calculate. Ooh, this is a tough one. We gotta save who we can, right? Strength in numbers. It's risky, but like, yeah. I miss her. No matter what, I couldn't let someone just die. I reached out and grabbed the door handle. Miss Park silently put her hand over mine. She shook her head and was telling me not to open the door. Jung-young had turned his head away. I remembered what had just happened. Mr. Ann, he pulled a female student's shoulders on purpose, tripping her. He used the student as bait just to give himself more time to escape. If we don't do anything, we're no different from Mr. Ann. How much time had gone by? The echoes of screams and monster sounds ringing in my ears finally fell silent. It's only when I saw both the biter and the bitten now turned, leaving to find more students, that I managed to let out a sigh of relief. However, a wave of guilt was washed over us for a moment. We didn't speak a word. Jung-young, Miss Park. It was a voice that broke the stillness. Jung-young, Miss Park. Are you crazy? The monsters, they heard us. They're coming for us. There's plenty of time. Call him over. Jung-young, if you're still there, answer me. Just leave him be. Close the door. Whatever, I don't care. I'm going in. Hurry up or I'm going to close the door on you. Hold on, I'm coming. I knew it was you. Come. You guys. What was everyone hiding here? Was everyone hiding here? On Joe, too. Awesome. You made it, Miss Park. I was going to give you a whack for selfishly opening the door, but well done, Chung-san. You're all safe. Oh, thank goodness. Thank you. You saved us. Chung-sang, Lee, Namra, Choi, Chung-soo, Han, Jimin, Kim, Na-yeon, Lee, Hu Jin-yong. Seeing all of my friends' faces, I felt safe. I thought that if I finally was somewhere I could feel safe. Someone please lock Chung-sang up. It'll be the death of us all. Exactly. You should have at least discussed it with us. Oh, come on. We're all safe now, aren't we? That's all that matters. Wait, what's that? Jung-young, isn't that blood? Yeah, but it isn't mine. Look, I'm not hurt, see? Who cares? What's everyone doing? Get him out. Na-yeon, don't push it. Yeah, he's not hurt. His eyes are white and normal. Also, he's not going to take off all his clothes just to prove his point. Right, Jung-young? So, what if he turns and kills us all? What then, huh? You'll take care of it? He starts all the flame wars, but she's actually a chicken. What, are you finished? Stop it, both of you. Jung-young, you know how to use this, right? Chung Sang pointed to the broadcast machines. Yeah, I'm in charge of all the machinery in the broadcasting club. See, it's fate that Jung Young is here. Did you come to make an announcement as well? I've come to make an announcement, says Dr. Eggman. Nam-Ra said we should make an announcement, so we all came here, but none of us know much about machines, so we couldn't do much. Why are you looking at me for? Why are you looking at me for? I just like machines, that's all. Miss Park, here. I've made a list of everything we know so far. Shall we use this for our announcement? Yes, thank you. Let's do it as soon as possible. Chung Sang, Jung Young, tell me when you're ready. It'll take 10 minutes to set up. I'll get it started. So we know the infections occur through bites. What about through touch or any other means? Didn't you mention blood? Everyone seems to remember it differently. In Daesu's case, he was bitten, but he did turn. Maybe it was because his arm was injured, or maybe it was because blood got into his wound. Or maybe it's a different reason altogether. We aren't sure. In any case, it might be best to mention it. It might be best to mention it anyway. Wow, so you know what each of these does? Of course, we use all of them. On my signal, spin this blue thing and that, okay? Got it. Next time, teach me too. I want to give it a go. This thing spins, right? We have this kind of computer at home. Dad's antique. Ah, it's on. Oh, awesome. We've got a computer here. This itself is worth more than 100 announcements. Using the internet to call for help is the way to go. Yes, yes. Hey, open my account. I need to tell everyone my 30,000 followers about this happy news. Sure? What? Come on, open up. Internet's not working. What? Did you type the address incorrectly? Is the cord plugged in? Yeah, everything should be fine. It should be working, but... Is it because this thing's ancient? Didn't you say you used your dad's one before? Yeah, but... This is my first time using a computer that doesn't have internet, so... Should we ask Jung Young for help? Screw it, I'm an idiot for putting my hopes up. I'll pack band-aids and a pair of scissors that should help. Onjo, yeah? Have you seen Hyo Jong? Oh, Jong. That moment I didn't know what to say. As I stared into the hope-filled eyes of Kyung-soo. I couldn't bring myself to tell him the truth. Sorry, I haven't seen her. That's okay. Kyung-soo looked disappointed, but he couldn't help but let out an expression of relief. And we're going live in 3, 2, and we're live. Hello students, staff of Yongso High. I am Miss Park, an English teacher. I'm reporting on the current situation. There has been an outbreak of mysterious disease in the school, and it's been spreading and infecting people at a rapid rate. Emergency services have already been notified, and I've been told that they will be here soon. However, we don't know when the emergency services will arrive, so please stay inside with all entrances and exits blocked. Since when did they get this many? Yuck, we aren't going to turn into them, are we? Don't even think about it, we won't. Ah, there she is. No, never mind. Huh. You still looking for Young Jung? Everyone could die at any moment. Here you are looking for your lover, all hail the romantic. We don't know the precise nature of the disease or where it originated from yet. And there are still things we aren't certain of regarding its properties or anything related to the infected. But this is what we know so far. Once the victim is infected, they become violent and seem to lose their ability to reason, thus communication becomes impossible. They seem to lose the ability to talk and instead opt to make strange sounds. And they seem to veer towards violence. Okay. As such, if you encounter anyone who has been infected with the disease, please keep yourself at as much a distance as possible. And if worse comes to worse, please keep in mind that they have a tendency to bite, and as such take proper precautions to not get bitten. They do bite, but shouldn't we tell them they also eat flesh? Yeah, sure, but people would be careful of the mouth anyway. Eat? What are you talking about? Oh, it's okay, tell me. It was when me and Jung Young were blocking the back door. Why is it so quiet? Dae-soo must have gone to the front door. What about Teach and Isaac? I'm not sure. Are they charging up for one big tackle? Hang on, I'll take a look. See Isaac, she's not moving. What? Let me see. No, look at her shoulders. They're moving. Isn't that just breathing? Is she fine now? Damn. What is she eating? Oh, Isaac, she was such a kind and nice girl. Jung-young lowered his head and covered his shoulders. I could see his darkened expression, so I couldn't say a thing. Currently, we aren't sure exactly what causes an infection, but what is certain is infection occurs if you are bitten by someone afflicted. If you have been hurt by an afflicted or came in contact with afflicted blood, or with the afflicted itself, there have been assumptions made of these cases being probable causes of transmission, although nothing has been confirmed as of now. Thus, if you encounter anyone with the following symptoms, you must isolate yourself from them. 1. Anyone whose eyes are intensely red. 2. Anyone who's bleeding or has blood on their clothes. 3. Anyone who seems to act violently without reason. Chung-san, get ready. Got it. Currently, the best plan of action is to lower the infection rate and await for help to arrive. Regardless of who they are, even if they are your friend or someone you know, remember to keep your emotions at bay lest you become another victim. Now is the time for cold, calculated decisions. I repeat, please find somewhere safe and wait for help. And stop. The announcement was done. Everyone's was exhausted and slumped to the ground. What to do from now? We had no idea. Everyone gather around. We have at least done what we can for now, but we still have a lot to go. We need to keep updating them with information so that everyone knows what to expect. Didn't you say you called 911? When are they coming? I'm not sure. What does that mean? Aren't the police supposed to arrive at the scene within 10 minutes? It's not like we can do anything about it. When I was on the phone with them, they just said, we'll be there soon, just hold on. See, this is why you shouldn't just take people's phones away. If I had called them, they'd be here already 10 times over. Calm down. Sorry for the cell phones. In any case, the police will come. Till then, we have to do what we can. First, we should put together what we know already for the next announcement. It's so frustrating. What's the point of this? It's not like they'll get to us any faster if we do this. Stop it, she's not wrong, you know. If the school is filled with monsters, then not even the police can do anything about it, right? Agreed. Plus it'll make life easier for us if we can decrease the number of monsters too. Good for you then. Now Yon sulked away. She let out a sigh and sat in the corner. From there, she disagreed by glaring at us with disgust. Wait, how long did it take for Dae-soo and Mr. Kwon to turn? Dae-soo wasn't bitten, so I don't know exactly how long it took, but Teach was 5 minutes, Channing 2, I think. In any case, it took less than 10 minutes, I'm sure of it. That includes Dae-soo. Then we can conclude that after being bitten, it takes less than 10 minutes to turn. No, we can't. Miss Park took a long breath. The first afflicted was Hon-ju. Hon-ju, wasn't she the girl who was locked up by Mr. Lee? Yes. It took about 30 minutes for her to be taken to an ambulance. She didn't turn until then. But Isaac was first to turn to the classroom. When was Isaac bitten? Ah! Namra stared at me as I answered with a nod. It took about 20 minutes for Isaac. Maybe it got quicker. We can't be certain without any solid evidence, but... What? Doesn't that mean maybe just Jun-young is just taking his time to turn? Nayeon's sharp voice rang in my ears. It looked like she was looking for an excuse to join in the conversation. Onjo, Namra, you went to the infirmary with Isaac, didn't you? Then isn't it about time you turned into monsters? What are you all doing? Get away from them. They'll turn into monsters any moment now. Nayeon's voice was filled with panic. Maybe she just wanted to be proven right no matter what. She just shouted out a bunch of sentences, hoping one of them landed a reaction. But as she grew more and more agitated, no one lent her their ears. I said, get them out! Didn't you just make an announcement that said to chase out anyone who looked suspicious? What? No, I'm certain everyone here is fine. What do you know? Where's your evidence? Everyone had obvious symptoms, for example. throwing up blood. Ah, that's right. That's why all their faces are covered in blood. Yeah, now that I think about it, I think Teach had blood around his mouth. I thought that blood was from a wound, but isn't it weird there was blood around his lips and not on his throat? Miss Park here. Something's wrong, please take a look. The monsters were running that way, so I was wondering if something happening. And some students popped out. A dozen or so students were running out of the building exit. They were sprinting past the garden, hoping to reach the rear gate, but the infected, hearing the students run, dashed to them. Soon the students could not escape the clutches of the infected. Fuckers, let's see how long you last. See you in hell, fucktards. One by one they fell, and in the end, no one managed to reach the rear gate. No way. Sonoir, open the door. My heart skipped a beat. It was a voice I didn't want to hear. Who is it? Isn't that Mr. Ann? I said open the door, I know you're in there. Not gonna open it? Fine, I'll break it open then. To do something, it's gonna break the door down. Miss Park seemed to have made a decision and went to the door. Calm down, just one question please. Question my ass, open the damn door. Are you hurt anywhere? No, I'm fine. Miss Park looked at us nervously. I wondered if she saw what Mr. Ann did in the hallways, how he used the other students to buy himself some time. But Mr. Ann was very agitated. He was our PE teacher and was most famous for being big and strong. If he really wanted to, he could easily broken down the broadcasting room door. And of course, we couldn't let him do that. You should have opened it earlier. You should watch what you say. What if you made people paranoid, huh? What if they kick me out because of what you said, huh? Your actions have consequences. As soon as everyone saw Mr. Kwon, they all froze. You said you weren't hurt. Look, it's nothing. Your hand. It's just a sprain. Everyone gets a sprain every now and then, right? There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Yes, this seems to be the case. Miss Park nodded. Surely Miss Park wasn't thinking of keeping Mr. Ann here. And there'd be no reason for you to cover it, no? Park snatched the cloth covering his hand. His hand had a chunk missing. You crazy? Crazy bitch, I knew you were being too soft on you, and now you dare to bite back. Fuck, fine, I got bitten, so what? What are you gonna do about it, huh? If you don't like it, you can get out and die. Every step he took toward her intimidated her. He was a manifestation of strength, rage, violence, and murderous intent. Miss Park was in danger. He might actually kill her. But I couldn't move. I was frozen with fear. Terror reigned over everyone. No one could move nor think. Their will was confined within their bodies. Stop! Chung-san was the first one to muster up the courage to move. Who's this little bastard? You dare to push teacher? Teacher, this is too far. If you're bitten, get out, please. As the boy stopped, Mr. Ann, Namra, Jimin went over to Miss Park. They tried to help her up, but Miss Park, as though she had lost consciousness, slumped down. Now Yon was absolutely petrified in terror. She sat in the corner, not moving a muscle. Fine, you're all against me, huh? Do you reckon mere high schoolers can beat me? I'll show you how an adult fights. He brandished a knife and frightened the students took a step back. Come, who's first, you or you? Is too scared of what? Ugh. He's turning. Mr. Ann began to throw up blood. He threw up blood about once, twice, 10 times. What's this? Almost fucked me up. What is fuck's doing? Fuck you, you had your chance, didn't take it. Then it's fate, I'll have to kill you all. Mr. Ann pulled himself up and walked over the male students. With a smirk, his eyes began to redden. Damn it, what do I do? I can't just sit by, there's nothing I can do. I can't just sit by, I need to kill him. I need to decapitate him. Come and get me, bastards. Every swing Mr. Ann took with his knife missed the boys' faces by a few inches. Because of the knife, the boys couldn't do anything but step back. And in the end, they were cornered to wall. That man will kill everyone if it means he'll live. He's gonna kill everyone. Yeah, twat him out. Ugh. Unjo. I thought he would kill everyone. I hadn't realized I had done it until it was done. When I swung the fire extinguisher down, a terrible feeling shot through my arm. An intense feeling of fear and guilt washed over me like a tsunami. Good work, well done. If you hadn't done it, I would have. Is he dead? I think he's still breathing. What now? What now? We need to get him out of here before he turns. Wait, I'll look outside. Just cave his skull in. 2 just went past, I think. Just wait. Oh, sorry. We have to do it soon. What if Mr. Ann gets up? If he wakes up, I'll hit him again. First, let's take his knife away. Be careful. Don't get any of his blood on you. Okay, they're gone. We'll have to get out now. Jung Young, and I'll take his legs. Kyung Soo and Woo Jin, you take his arms. We'll drag him out. Namra, open the door. Got it. Everyone moved in unison. For everyone's sake, I had to stay alert. I'm opening it. Okay, let's do this. God damn it, he's so heavy. Woo Jin, stop dragging. Lift him up a bit. We're about to lose balance. Doing my best. Let's do it in a rhythm, all together. Shit, we've been found. Hurry up. Damn it, Namra, pass me the pole. I'll hold them off for as long as I can. Get him out. Let's help him. Yeah. Namra went out of the room and helped with dragging Mr. An's body. Now, Yeon Lee, what are you doing? Quick, close the door. The monsters are coming. Close the door. Our friends are still out there. Who cares? Why don't you go out and die with them then? What's going on over there? Hey, now Yeon is going crazy. We need to get back inside. Wait, the arm isn't fully out yet. I can't hold them back anymore. Get in, get in. Damn it, get inside, go. Jimin, hold on to the door. Don't let it close. Everyone managed to come back safely to the broadcasting room, but the door wasn't closing. You bastards. You pile of assholes. As if I was going to let you go. Mr. An would woken up and he was holding the door open while he was on the floor. Close it, he's almost inside. Do you think we don't want to close it? Why don't you do something? We kicked him and hit him with a pole, but it wasn't enough. Mr. An held onto the door as though his life depended on it. The footsteps of the monsters were getting very close. Move! Ah, Shunhua, you bitch, stop it! Miss Park mercilessly whacked the arm of Mr. An that was holding the door open. His arm flattened and those bones cracked. But Mr. An's hand wasn't deterred. Finally, Mr. An's bloody arm was loose. Just in time, they had the door closed. Get away! Outside the door, you could hear Mr. An's screams and then went horrible sounds of body being ripped apart. Miss Park, for a time, just stood there silently staring out. She did what she did so that everyone could live, but the horrifying, horrendous feeling that came over her, she couldn't shake it off. Face darkened, she lowered her head, her body shook. Only when the screams outside died down did she put the fire extinguisher down, and then placed her hand on her chest and sank into the floor. Now, Yeon, did you really shout to close the door on us? I knew you were crazy, but not this crazy. What? I want to live. Still, you shouldn't throw away all your friends and do that. Friends, who needs them? If any of you turned into monsters, you'd kill each other in a heartbeat. You need to be more careful of what you say. This is going to be this is going too far. Stop. Let's not fight amongst each other. Spark was so exhausted her voice went hoarse. However, we could still hear sadness and pain from her voice. Perhaps because everyone understood what she had gone through, everyone calmed down and went to their own corners and stood silent. Outside, the monsters were still feasting on something, but Mr. Ann's voice couldn't be heard. Nonetheless, what we just did remained in our minds. Guilt and the dejection stirred in our hearts. Till sundown, no one spoke. To comprehend what happened that day, we all need some time. Whoa. I was wondering what you're doing. Cool, are you an old speaker maker or something? We're gonna need a weapon if we want to protect this place. The knife Mr. Ann gave us, it has some uses. Make me one too. Young Sam was shaving a wooden pole into a spear. He wasn't great at it, as evidenced from the number of cuts in his hand. I then remembered that I packed some band-aids from the first aid kit. Here, give me a hand. Ah, thank goodness. A great queen is healing me. My family will be honoured by this act. Oh good, you're back to normal. Hello, Mum? What, really? I'm okay at the moment, so don't worry. Stay home, okay? Like they said. Don't come here. Got it? Keep calling the police. Yes. Stay home, got it? What, that you're on the phone? As soon as Jung Young finished his call, like hyenas, other students gathered around him. Oh shoot, yeah, sorry, I forgot. Damn it, if you had your cell phone on you, you should have said so earlier. Give it here. Hey, get in line. Wait, everyone. Spark stopped the students gathered around Jung Young. Who has their cell phones right now? Hey. Mine only has 20% battery. Does anyone else have a phone charger? I looked inside all the drawers, but I couldn't find anything. They were filled with scissors, pencils, writing pads, and some cables, but that wasn't it. So Namra, Chung-san, and Jung Jung are all the only ones. Give it here. If I tweet out for help, they'll be here within seconds. Currently, the only way I can communicate with the outside world is through these. Let's save Namra's cell phone for emergencies. First, use Chung-sa and Jung Young's to contact your parents. Tell them not to come to the school, tell them to call 911. Everyone followed the teacher's words and took turns in contacting the parents. I too called my mum and dad, but they wouldn't answer. I hope nothing happened to them. When I was talking to Mum, she said something was happening outside as well. She said that everyone was screaming and running, it was chaos. There were also announcements telling people not to leave their homes and stay away from other people. Could it be this is spread beyond the school? I saw some students running out of the school grounds, but it's a good distance between the school and the city. Could this have had spread that far already? Hey, look at this. From the cell phone in Ah Yeon's hand, you could see the Husan City Centre. People were screaming and running everywhere. And the same monsters from school were growling and running after them. People were being caught, bitten, eaten, and then getting back up as monsters. The violent cycle was continuing outside. The last shot from the camera focused on the side of the road. There, you could see a wave monsters running and bobbing towards the camera, hobbling. What's this? Isn't this the city? That's Hyoisen Mall, right? There are more than just one or two. This is worse than the school. How long has... I just remembered someone said that an ambulance got into a crash. It was on its way to the city. Perhaps it's related to this somehow? No. Yes. Miss Park was surprised, but I couldn't tell something from her expression. I could tell. It wasn't just any surprised face. It was an expression that said what she had been fearing came true. That child, she mustn't leave here without any precautions. Just one more hour. Just keep her here for one more hour. That's why Mr. Lee said, yes. Or miss, you know something, don't you? Miss Park, I've underestimated you. It might be too late to turn back. I returned your book. I put it back on your shelf. And principal, sir, you'll regret this day for the rest of your life. Have you still not come to your senses? Mr. Ann? Yes? If you could, please. Nothing good will come out of the students spread weird rumors, so please cut it out. Pardon? Then what about the electronic payments? Surely... Since we do rely on electronics, please, for today, cash only. What was he talking about? I never lent him a book. How long has this been here? This is... Miss Park, please take my laptop in my lab before the police comes. I'm gonna read this letter. Mr. Lee had a notebook. Where is it now? A black notebook? We had it when we were at the garbage area. Right, I thought I put it on the floor for a bit. Ah, that. I have it right here. Young took out the notebook from his pocket. Oh, thank you. Is something important? Mr. Lee left this behind. It might have something important related to the current situation. Quick, read it. Once she mentioned Mr. Lee, everyone gathered round. There were many things everyone wanted to know about what was happening right now. Please believe that I'm innocent in the matter regarding the incident of my missing family, and I ask you to please read on while keeping any preconceptions aside. All of this has happened because my son has been infected by an abnormal virus, a virus that I have not reported to the scientific community. I found him suffering from high fevers, and when I returned from obtaining medicine for his fever, I had witnessed my son committing an immoral act against his own mother. At that moment, my son was not himself, and like a beast, he saw every living being in wild hostility. It took all of my strength to subdue him. Immediately, I had summarized what had happened to him. He was afflicted with an unknown virus. In other words, something had entered his system and mutated within. If I were to tell the world of the mutation my son had gone through, he would have had to suffer inhumane experiments, more pain, ostracization. I was well aware that what awaited him evermore. In the end, I decided to not let the world know of this. Instead, I thought to hide him away from everyone and handle the situation in my own hands. In secret, I buried my dead wife in the mountains. As I made my way back, I wondered how to keep this incident secret. But no matter how much time I spent contemplating, in the end, I could only come to the same conclusion. There was no one but I who could handle this. Did he experiment on his own son? Were you even listening? He didn't tell anyone because he didn't want... Shh. If you're reading this letter, then it means the school has met with some slight abrupt disruption. The fact that this notebook was delivered to Miss Park would mean that I have been handed to the police before the truth of this disruption came to light. I've always known that, Miss Park, you never took any notice of the book that had been sitting at the very end of your shelf. As such, I knew that as long as I didn't bring it up, you would never have found this notebook. Slight disruption? This is slight disruption? As you're already aware, I have some grudge against the police. As it happens, they would be investigating the whereabouts of my family in full alert. I'm certain that they are frantically trying to link this incident with my family. If that happens, the truth will be buried forever. For that reason, I would like to ask you, Miss Park. No, I would like to ask of your husband, Attorney Choi. When this disruption comes to light, and when the research into this virus officially starts, please nominate me into the research team. There would be no need to use force. If you hand them my laptop, I'm certain they will call for me to be part of the research team. Please do not forget, I have helped you, Miss Park, with my life as well as my dearest. I hope that you haven't forgotten your debt and that you would endeavor to repay it. So this was your goal. He's the worst of the worst. He starts this bloody chaos, then asks to be pulled out from it. It's not human. So he turned the school upside down into this to cure his son. He's the criminal, that's for sure. Then did he experiment on Hyunju instead of his son? I think so. She definitely said that he took her blood many times, including today. Ah, what is it? If it's infected through blood, then maybe he wasn't extracting her blood, but injecting her. Turn Hyunju into one of those monsters? When Hyunju came to the classroom and when we took her to the infirmary, that was definitely before she turned, right? Then by estimation, it would have been before the second period. That feeling that something was off when I saw Mr. Lee. Now I knew the reason. Even before the class had started. He didn't come out from the stairs and leading to the teacher's lounge. But he was walking past with his finger in his keys. He had come out of his lab after securing the door. That was what he was doing. If Hyunju had turned into the science classroom or at the infirmary, would have all this have happened as a mere disruption? Mr. Lee had mentioned. What did I do? What did I? Miss Park's expression was darkened. Perhaps the measures she had taken, however rapid and natural they were, may have caused this disease to spread beyond the school. The results of this book mentions that were just words written on paper. Anyone who would idly stand by and watch in that situation would have no right to call themselves teachers. Hey Jun Young, the brain, what's keeping you quiet? I'm just thinking. There's something very important he mentioned in his memo. Or something very important? Yes, that this all started with the virus. So unlike Mr. Lee would have never used the term virus without being certain of its connotations. What? Why we already knew it was an infectious disease. Virus, bacteria, other infections are all different, they all act in different ways. Cell structure causes the outbreak. Secondary infection, mutation potential. The virus is much more complex. During its proliferation process, while inside its host, it mutates in different ways, making it difficult to create a cure. That's way too complicated. In any case, it just means it's worse, right? For now. Since we know it's a virus, there are many ways it can spread. Then since the cold is a virus, does that mean it can be transmitted by air? Looking at how it has spread so far, that seems to be unlikely. But I don't think this information changes much. It's Park, can I take a close look at the memo? Of course, I'll do you better. Keep it. The one who started all this, Mr. Lee, and the notebook he had left behind. We had hoped that it held some way to solve all of this mess. However, we had learned a bit more about the virus, but gained nothing that could change our current situation. There were still a lot of uninfected people who had turned into monsters, and we were still in this small broadcasting room that was the truth of the situation. Sorry to meet you like this, but I don't know what happened to you, but I need to live. So I'm borrowing your cell phone. Oh no. Come on, fingerprint lock, please work. Got it. Let's see, how did Chung San's number go again? You prick, I'm gonna beat the crap out of you. Give me the other phone. You surprised me. I thought you were being too quiet when you were in the recording room. Hand me Jun Young's phone right now. If I don't write a reply, it'd look like I'm wrong. You could even be of help. Don't you dare have a go at me, asshole. What? Were you hiding away over there, checking your socials all the time? Oh wait, did you spend all of Chung San's cell phone battery? That's the least of our concern. Everyone in the city is uploading videos. They don't care about our school stuff. I have to get some attention, or else how are we going to get some help? You know, I was confident that I wouldn't get addicted to social media stuff. But you're hopeless. Do you still not understand the gravity of the situation here? Now, Yon, as I said earlier, it may take several days for help to arrive. It's important to gain attention, but it's more important for us to let people know where we are. That is why we have to save the cell phone batteries as much as I can. Don't you be so high and mighty. You're the one who took our phones away. Hey, don't talk to teachers like that. Shut it. You're being rude to your own parents, but it's bad for me to be rude to a teacher. You. That was too far. Shush, keep it down, or the monsters might come. We weren't fighting because we hated each other. We wanted someone to blame, someone to whom we could point fingers to this madness. Even though we knew that it wouldn't solve anything. If we didn't, I don't think we could endure this hellish time. Young, how's the computer shaping up? Computer is fine. It's the school's network that's down. Shit, then we can't let the phones die. There's no way to find out what's happening outside. Ah, I saw something when I was cleaning up the broadcasting club. Jung-san, let's have a look through these boxes. There were still students who were trying their best with the situation they were in. It's probably thanks to them that we're still able to hold on. Huh? Huh? Who is it? I just got a message from a friend, but it says it's from Bear Sue, and he's hiding on the 3rd floor. Oh, Bear Sue, is he still alive? I knew it, the real Wild King. I knew he was still alive. Bear Sue, who's Bear Sue? Soo-Yuk Lee. He really detests wearing socks, so he goes barefoot. That's why we call him Bear Sue. Soo-Yuk, the barefooted, no amount of magic can repel his childish stubbornness. Okay, so Hyuk is alive and he's on the 3rd floor. Yes, I'll send him a reply. Yes, if we can get him, we'll increase our power by 100-fold. And then there was someone else as well. Someone else was there to add to our strength and he was still alive. But we didn't know for what our future held, but we knew that we couldn't give up like this. We had to live through this. Chapter 2, The Infection! End. And I believe that's the end of the demo as well, I think. Yeah, there it is. Holy cow. What do you think, guys? I'll be honest, I think I was so tired, I was struggling to stay awake reading through that. But I really love all the like intense horror moments. The artwork is really good. I kind of wish they would just call them zombies. I was wondering on and off, like, why do a lot of zombie things just not call them zombies? Like, what's the deal with that? If you know, tell me in the comments below. But until next time, and bye-bye.